good evening to you. Thank you for joining me for our live crafting this evening. I hope you're keeping well. I did have to just move the kitten off the craft table, and if anybody wonders why there's odd cat hairs on my embellishments, now you know. However, the kitten has been removed for the time being, and we're back to some crafting. So thank you for joining me. If it's the first time you've come across my channel here on Facebook or on YouTube subsequently, my name's Jenny McCormack from Jemini Crafts. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the centre of the UK. So thank you for joining me. Do say hi, let me know that you're watching, and if you're watching on replay or catch up and you have any queries or comments, or you just want to say hi, then please do that in any of the comment sections. This is the card that we're going to recreate. I'm just going to turn my overhead light off because I think there's a little bit too much shadow going on there. Hopefully that will be better. So this is the card that we're going to recreate using the Country Floral papers, and these combine with the stamp set that we've been using. So it is a suite of products that's the stamp, a punch, papers and assorted embellishments. So the card that we made, or the cards that we made first, were these two here with the little heart shapes and two colours. Hi Carol, good evening, I hope you've had a good day. And the sentiment is from the same stamp set, and this is from Floral Boutique. Country, that was close, wasn't it? Country Bouquet, nothing like Floral Boutique in the slightest. Oh dear, is it Friday yet? Country Bouquet, and this is this set of stamps here put together and makes a really cute card. Oh bless you, Moretta, thanks for popping on anyway, and hi Kerry to you. And then this was the card that we made yesterday with the hearts going across the page. And then today we're going to do a replication of this one. This was inspired by another demonstrator. Desperately trying to think of her name, and I can't, but I will pop it in the comments, and I'll amend the title of this to give her some credit. And this uses the Country Floral papers. The only stamping is for the sentiment, and I've got nothing on the inside, but there will be something on the inside for the card that we do. So I showed you some of the papers earlier in the week, and I've used this piece here with the small flowers on the mossy meadow backing. Oh, it's Friday for Kerry. Oh, bless you, Kerry. Kerry, if you don't know, is in Australia, so it must have just turned Friday for her. But for this card, I'm just going to switch around the colours. So this and these two pieces are one and the same piece of paper. So we've got this lovely petal pink on one side. Hi Brenda, thanks for joining us. And then we've got this delightful pattern on the other side. And so I thought I would use this one here, which has got mint macaron, petal pink, and this red that you can see is sweet sorbet, which is the same as this one here. And the alternative, actually, I could do, thinking about it, maybe I will, is this combination. I think I will. So this is balmy blue, mint macaron, and a little bit of petal pink in there, and then a balmy blue background. Hi Zana, hope you're well. Haven't seen you for ages. I hope all is well with you. So let us grab some cards. I'm going to have to change my card around slightly. I am going to use a white base layer. I'm going to have this as my backing instead of my petal pink, and then this as my layer, and then I'll probably add a mint macaron layer behind it. Now this is a really easy card to replicate. All you need to do is cover your base card and then cut 2 rectangles, one in a dark card for the backing and then one for the paper itself. And often I'll do these 12.5 by 8.5. This one I think is 6.5 by 10.5. I'm going to take this down again, so I'm going to make the next one 6 by 10 for the backing layer, and then 5.5 by 9.5 for the patterned paper. So it makes it very economical on the paper. Here I've obviously done some punching out as I did yesterday. So let's do this first. So I said 5.5, didn't I? So I'm going to use this piece here. So I'm going to measure 5.5 and just lose that bit at the bottom, like so. Just going to trim that little bit off there. So I think I said, yes, 5.5 by maybe 9.5 or maybe 8.5. If anybody can remember what I said, thank you. 8.5 looks good. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so there's my panel. So I'm going for a slightly smaller panel. That definitely looks too short to me. Dear, dear. Okay. Let's trim this then, 5.5. By 9.5. It's not really critical what that measurement is. I just like it to be in that same sort of combination really of size. So that's 5.5 by 9.5. I'm going to cut this piece for my backing for my card, and you could either make this the same size as the card or have a little border. I'm just going to have a little border, and I do that for 2 reasons. It means I can cut this at 10 centimeters, so you could get 6 cards out of this panel if you wished, 6 full backing. And also I do like a little edge around it. So this is 14.35. This is a really pretty balmy blue, and it's got very, very tiny white hearts. You can hardly see them unless you looked really closely. So this is my card base. Let's have a look and see how this is going to look. So this is going to go onto there with my 2.5mm border. This is going to be my panel in the center, and then I'm just going to pick out probably mint macaron for the layer behind. Grab that. Okay, so this is going to be 0.5 centimetre larger. So measure twice, cut once, Jenny. So that's 5.5. So my layer is going to be 6 by 10. So I'm going to cut this at 10, because then if I make any more, I can trim that down. So 10 by 6. And it really doesn't matter what size or shape this is. This could be ovals, for example. It could be squares, it could be circles, really anything goes. So that's my layer that I'm going to adhere in a second. This is my mint macaron, and I'm just picking out the colours from the papers. So that's going to sit onto there. And now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I'm going to have just wanted to say, and then I'm going to have a sentiment on the inside. And let's see, this is quite light, so I think I'm actually going to use Mossy Meadow, which is what I used on this one, because it's quite a fine sentiment. I do like it to stand out, so you will often see me do a sentiment in a darker ink. Okay, so I've got this one at the ready. Just wanted to say, and I'm just stamping this onto a banner from our Stylish Shapes. Oh, bless you, Sandra, that's okay. If you're catching up on replay, that's good. Just seems to be a long time since I've seen you in person. Well, you know what I mean. Had you live, I should say, on the crafting session. So there we go, just wanted to say. And then for the inside, I'm going to add a large bold sentiment, and this one says hello, and this is from another new stamp set called Fragrant Flowers. Now this has coordinating papers, and I'm going to use this really nice hello here, but you could use thanks as well if you wanted to, or instead of. So let's stamp this on the inside of here. So just wanted to say hello, and I think I will stick to the same colour, and then we're going to punch out. There we go, a little bit on the edge, fingers crossed I won't catch it. We're going to punch out a heart. Just going to wipe the edge of this down. Okay, so sorry, I haven't put the sticker on. I literally opened it 5 minutes before we came live. I hope that's the right way up. Whew. So hello, and could add that large heart, but I think I'm going to put some small hearts on there. It's got these little hearts here, so we've got some open ones and some closed ones. Just use this as its stand, and I'm going to use the Balmy Blue ink just to coordinate that together. There we go. And this will match the little hearts on the papers, hopefully. So I've got hello there, the little hearts, and here. So that's our inside. Let's put the rest of this together. So I've got my Balmy Blue layer that's going to go on top. Let's just cover that ink pad up. Oh, Santa's had her shopping being delivered. Okay, so just using my seal on there. That's going to go on my card here. So as I say, I have allowed a small border, and then I've got my panels here. So what I'm going to do is attach these two together first, and then I might put some ribbon or thread around it. So that's our layer there, which can go onto here. And I've got my just wanted to say. Now we've got some really nice balmy blue and white ribbon, but I think it's going to be too much for that layout. But I'll show you the ribbon because it's very pretty. So it's this one here. So it's called Balmy Blue and White variegated ribbon, and it's variegated from one side to the other, top to bottom, as opposed to that way down. So let's just see whether, I suppose I could do, just see what a bow would look like. It might look too much. Just seems a shame when it's such a pretty ribbon. Let me just see if I can get that through there. Okay. So I'm just making it smaller and smaller, so I've got a small bow. Like so. And on there. It's almost like a seam binding. It's really thin, which is great because it doesn't take up much space on your card. Let's just cut this. Not with those scissors, I won't. They definitely need cleaning and sharpening. Okay, so that's our variegated ribbon, and that's £8.50 for 9 meters. Okay, so this is going to go onto there, and this is my sentiment, and I am going to punch out a heart. So let's just see if this is too much. I can make this smaller. Let me know if you think that's just too busy. And actually what I might do is use this for the heart. Let's have a look and see. Find my heart punch. So this is just an offcut of that mint macaron. So I've got some hearts there. And there. Or I could use the balmy blue, but thinking that is, can have one. Let me just bring it up to the screen, see what you think. So with or without the bow. I'm not sure it needs it. I can, as I say, I can make it smaller. And I've got these ones here. And just wondering what else. I might just try that in. I think it'd be too much in the paper. Let's try it and see. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm going to have lots of hearts left over after all this. Okay. Okay, yes, good point. Let's try that then. Or let's just stamp with Balmy Blue and try a stamped heart. Too many choices. Okay, let's find my heart stamp and see what you think. So if you were watching yesterday, this heart stamp has 2 elements to it, and I've just cut the elements down. Just going to try 2nd generation. Oh yes, that's a bit too funny. One extreme to the other. Okay, let's just punch that out and see which one we prefer, and then we can put that together. So I'm just lining this up, and what I like about this is it's going to add a little white border to my heart, which might help it stand out, I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. So that, I think this gets lost. Or that without the blue ribbon, as Kerry says. Brenda says with the, yes, I think definitely to make that smaller. I mean, I could leave it without a heart on there, of course. Stamped heart, yep, I agree. I think because it gives definition around the edge, that makes a difference. So let's make this bow nice and dinky. There we go. Right, chop this off. 1 and 2. Not quite sure which is the better side now. And there. Feels best there, I think. Okay, thank you, Kerry. So let's put this layer up. So I'm going to pop this on dimensionals just to give it a little bit of interest, which have magically disappeared like they do. Just going to use some edges of my mini dimensionals like that. So for everybody in the UK that's watching, I hope you've had a good day. So just going to put this around the edge of that piece there. Just to give it a little bit of support. Okay. And then you can either put this in the center, you can have it slightly higher center, it's entirely up to you. That's where I've got mine, slightly higher center. I'm going to pop that one on dimensionals as well. So there's 1 and 2, and I might put a little bit of bling on the heart. And remember, inside I've got my little hello. Well, not so little, I should say. Okay, so here's my heart going on there. This one, going to go across there. Like that. And then my little bow, I might make it smaller still. Maybe not that small. There'll be nothing left of it, will there? I'll make it any smaller. So I'm just cutting the tails but not doing a very good job of it. There we go. So I just think just in that little corner I've got a glue dot for that, which has attached itself to everything else. Just sort of in that corner, like that. I'm going to fiddle around with that a little bit better. So there we go, and I'm just going to put a little bit of bling on that heart. So same, exactly the same layout, but just doing using different elements of the same sets of papers. Let's grab some bling, and this one has got petal pink and sweet sorbet. It's also got balmy blue and mint macaron, which is a miracle, isn't it, really? Anybody would think I'd planned that. Don't you believe it? So let's add one on there and two little ones. That one on there, and then this one is going to have petal pink on there and two smaller ones in the flowers, like flower heads. And there we go, cards all done. So it's interesting that this design with the stamp set is picked up obviously with balmy blue. Looks very similar, doesn't it? But there we are, just wanted to say hello. And the finishing touch, normally I would stamp the envelope, and in fact I could stamp it with this little heart, or I could punch out the one that they've done, that I've already done, or you could cut out a piece of the paper and attach it to the back. So what I would do is just cut out a strip, stick it to here, and then just fussy cut around the edge using the envelope as a guide. But I've only got one set of this paper, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stamp that lovely heart again. Sorry folks. So thank you everybody. I will be back tomorrow because I want to show you all of the papers. So if you're around this time tomorrow evening, then I hope you will join me to see all the papers in their glory. Just going to put 2 on the back here, and I will check the name of the demonstrator whose layout I have borrowed and pop that in the comments. So there's our finished envelope, there's our finished card. So I hope you like it. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching, and that you'll join me again for some more crafting. As I say, I will be here tomorrow evening, 7 p.m, so 24 hours from when I started this evening, to run through all the papers in the paper share. And if you're in the UK, you're welcome to join in with that. And in the meantime, here are the other cards using that lovely stamp set and papers. Country Bouquet is the stamps, Country Floral are the papers. Thank you so much everybody. Do take care, enjoy the rest of your evening or day, and I look forward to crafting with you again really soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.